Story of marrying a goat. Once upon a time in a region near the sea, there was a couple who were quite old but had never had a child. Thinking about the loneliness of their old age, the couple prayed to God every day, hoping for a child to rely on in their old age. Then, the wife suddenly became pregnant, spending 9 months and 10 days pregnant. The wife did not give birth to a child, but instead gave birth to a bundle. When she opened the bundle, inside was a male goat. The husband saw this and was very disappointed because he thought he was sure to have a child that he had long desired, but in the end he was disappointed. He told his wife to throw the newly born goat into the river out of sight. The wife could n-39 bear it, so she advised her husband to keep it and raise it. Because of so much sorrow and sadness, the husband fell seriously ill and passed away. The goat eats quickly and grows up very quickly. He is very good at herding pigs, looking after chickens, and helping his mother with household chores, so the mother and number 39's brain is also more relieved. One day, when the goat came home from going out, the goat put her down. Put her head in her mother and number 39's arms and said, "Mom, I saw a rich man in the next village who had 3 very beautiful daughters. Mom went to ask for one for me." The mother heard her son say that and laughed loudly and said, "You really are a person who doesn't n-39 know your identity. The rich man and number 39's daughter is beautiful and the family is rich. Who in the world would he marry his daughter to a boy who looks like a goat like you?" But the goat insisted that his mother bring Beetle and Erika to the rich man and number 39's house to ask my wife about it. The mother saw that her son was pleading so much that she had to indulge him and take a trip to the rich man and number 39's house to see what was going on. Meeting the rich man, she hesitated forever. Only later did she dare to ask to marry a daughter for her goat. As soon as he heard her say that, the rich man got angry, yelled at her and chased her away. "Will this bitch shut up now? She looks like that and dares to lie. Dare you bring your ugly face over here to ask my daughter with golden branches and jade leaves for her child who doesn't n-39 look like a human but looks like a goat? Mom, please get out of my house." Before leaving, the goat also warned her mother, "I know for sure that when you speak, the rich man will be angry and yell, but please stay calm and patient." Just as the goat had told her, the mother tried to sit back even though the rich man was very angry. Finally, the rich man reluctantly said, "Okay, if you ask like that, I will give your son a chance. Now I will call all 3 of my daughters to ask if any of them agrees to marry her son. If any of them agrees, I will marry them." Then, the rich man called all 3 of his daughters. The girl came up and asked. He asked his eldest daughter, "Daughter, now this woman and number 39's son wants to come and ask one of the 3 of you to be his wife, so do you agree to marry my son?" The eldest daughter cried out in tears. She turned around and went into the room. As she walked, she said, "Wow! No one would be crazy to marry a goat." The rich man smiled and seemed very pleased. Next he asked his second daughter, "And you, do you want to marry a goat?" The second daughter smirked and said, "What do you think? I and number 39's am so beautiful that I have to marry a human." The rich man continued to laugh very happily. He continued to ask. His third daughter with a very happy and cheerful expression as if he were playing an interesting game, Come on, daughter, you are human. Finally, do you agree to marry this woman and number 39's son?" He did not expect that. His third daughter bowed her head and said, "Father, I agree." The rich man gasped. I was surprised when his daughter agreed to marry a goat. But because he had made a promise to the goat mother, he had to agree. But he could and 39 let his daughter marry the goat. He thought for a while and said, "Okay, if my daughter agrees, I also agree. But to be able to take my daughter as a bride, her family had to buy a full bride price including 100 buffaloes, 100 pigs, a gold tray, and a silver tray. If I Don and number 39 have enough bride price, I won and number 39 marry my daughter to her family." Hearing the rich man say that, the mother hurriedly ran home to tell her son and said, "Son, give up the idea of asking. Just marry a rich man and number 39's daughter." Although he agreed, the challenge was very high. Luckily only a king could afford it. The goat said to his mother, "Don and number 39 worry, I will take care of everything." That night, while the goat and number 39's mother was sleeping soundly, the goat came out. Turned into a handsome young man, he shouted, "Bring me everything for my bride price." Immediately, the servants appeared. They brought all the gifts including gold, silver, cattle and then disappear. The boy went back into the goat and number 39's guise and returned to his original goat form and called his mother up to check all the gifts so that tomorrow he could go to the rich man and number 39's house to ask his wife. On the day of the wedding, the bonbon goat went first, the rich man and number 39's youngest daughter. He followed behind with his two sisters. After entering the room for the wedding ceremony, the girl suddenly saw her husband take off his goat outfit and become a handsome young man. She was both happy and scared. When he woke up in the morning, he put on the same goat costume again, then walked out of the house. The two sisters tried to stop by to see how their younger sister was living with her goat husband, but they saw that her younger sister seemed to have no regrets about having a goat husband. Unable to help but feel surprised, they probed her sister to find out the truth. The younger sister honestly told her two older sisters what happened last night. The two older sisters didn't and 39 believe it, so they decided to snoop around tonight to find out. At night, the two older sisters went to the goat couple and number 39's room to look through the window. Just like the younger sister said, they did not expect that her younger sister would marry such a handsome husband, surpassing many sons in the family. The next day, the two sisters advised the younger sister to burn her goat form so that her husband could no longer return to his goat form. Sure enough, from then on, the goat ended his life as a goat. The two older sisters regretted and were jealous of their younger sister because of her lucky fate. More than a year later, one day the husband gave the wife a knife and a flint and instructed, "I and number 39 am about to go away, right?" Overcoming countless waves and waters, this trip was quite long and there was no return date. "This time I could and 39 take her with me. Remember, stay home and help your mother, Don and number 39 go far. You should always keep these two things with you as protection, and sometimes you will use them." Early the next morning, the goat said goodbye to his mother and wife and set sail to sea. Goat and number 39 wife stays at home, works hard, takes care of the family and wholeheartedly takes care of her mother-in-law. Remembering what her husband told her before going away, she always carried a knife and a stone with her. One day, her two older sisters came to the house to invite their younger sister to a party. Goat and number 39's wife refused, but because the two sisters kept inviting her, she went out with them. All three people boarded a boat that was already parked at the dock. The boat sailed through the waves, the three sisters happily chatted. The next day, the three sisters went out to the bow of the boat to look at the clouds and the sea. But because the two older sisters had discussed a plan before leaving, waiting for the younger sister to be careless, the two older sisters pushed the younger sister down into the sea. The goat and number 39's wife didn't and #39 have time to call for help. The ocean waves drowned her, and the two older sisters, after successfully carrying out the sinister plot, he hurriedly brought the boat to shore. When he returned, he pretended to be panicked and reported that his sister had accidentally tripped and fell into the sea. Speaking of goat and number 39's wife, while struggling under the waves, suddenly an orca appeared and swallowed her into its stomach. Because she always carries with her the two things her husband told her to do, she pulled out a knife and stabbed the fish everywhere in the stomach. The orca was thrashed extremely violently. But because its stomach was punctured, it died within a short time, its body floating on the sea surface. The fish and number 39's body drifted to an island, and the goat and number 39's wife slit open the fish and number 39's belly to get out. This was a deserted island without a single person, so she used a knife to cut down trees and set up a temporary tent. Having a flint with her, she lit the firewood and cut up the meat of the orca to grill and eat. Then she went into the forest to pick fruits and vegetables for extra food. Just like that, even though life was difficult, she still tried to overcome it. One day, goat and number 39's wife looked out into the distance and suddenly saw a boat passing by the island. She tied her shirt to a tree branch and waved it as a signal. The boat saw people signaling for help and immediately turned the waves towards the island. When she landed, she was overjoyed when that person turned out to be her goat husband. The couple hugged each other and cried with joy. The couple got on the boat to return home. On the way home, she told her husband everything that had happened to her, about how her two sisters had harmed her. When they got home, Goat hid his wife inside and wouldn't and #39 let her go. If anyone knew, he ordered someone to prepare a sumptuous meal, saying it was to worship his wife. He invited all the neighbors and relatives, including his wife and number 39's family, to attend. When the two sisters heard the news of the goat and number 39's return, they were excited and rushed over. The two pretended to cry bitterly, creating a very tragic story for the unfortunate sister. After that, they also used the beauty trick to flirt with their handsome brother-in-law, whom they still wished to be faithful to. The goat still pretended to believe and then casually went around the tables offering wine. Then the goat said to the two sisters, "I would like to call someone to serve you too." The goat opened the curtain. The wife in the room walked out to everyone and number 39's surprise. And the two sisters were shocked and scared. While everyone was busy eating and drinking, they sneaked out and ran away. But when they walked a certain distance, they were struck by lightning and died. From then on, the goat couple lived together happily for the rest of their lives. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.